Hey everybody, Maggie Baugh here, and you're watching Off the Racq.
Hey guys, it's Raquel with Off the Racq, and I am here with the beautiful and talented Maggie Baugh. How are you, girl? What's going on?
I'm doing real well. You know, I've had a lot of exciting things going on in the past week, so I'm really excited.
I just have to say congratulations because you just signed to Cold River Records.
Yes,
How excited are you?
You know, being 16, almost 17, and having your first record deal, like, I am freaking out still. I mean, it happened last week, but I still have butterflies every single time I hear about it or someone brings it up.
What did you do? Who was the first person you called when you found out?
When I found out, my mom was with me, and I actually signed while my mom was in the room with me, so I was freaking out. And then I called my dad afterwards, and then, of course, I posted it on Snapchat.
Of course. And we actually are getting some exclusive news that I just found out about, that you just signed with WME. So you can give us a little insight about that. Go for it.
Okay, so you guys are actually the first to know that I signed with WME, and oh my gosh, the experience was crazy. I mean, I was a little nervous because it was just me and a couple guys performing in a conference room. So I was a little nervous because, I mean, I'm used to, like, bigger crowds of people, so then if I mess up, at least someone thinks it's funny. But, like, when you're just with, like, a couple people, like, it's really intimidating because, like, they have the blank faces because they're not allowed to, like, show any emotions. So it was really intimidating. But afterwards, they were like, listen, you're really good. And then a couple hours later, I got the phone call saying, hey, it's official, like, you're signed. And I was like, yes!
And that literally happened, like, today, a couple hours ago, we found out.
Yes.
So legit exclusive. So
Yes.
Go, both of us. All right. So you were in Nashville last week. Kind of tell me about your CRS week.
Okay, so it was my first CRS experience. I've never gone. I've heard a lot of horror stories saying how terrible it was and how radio is really scary. But really, honestly, everyone was so nice. Even the stars, like Locash, I know them. They're really good friends of mine because we performed on the cruise together. So anytime I saw them, they were like, hey, Maggie, what's up? And I was like, yo, Locash just said hi to me. And then Phil Vassar, I opened up for him too a couple times, and he was also on the cruise ship. And he was just walking by, doing his thing, getting ready for a show. And I was like, hey, Phil. He's like, Miss Maggie Baugh, how are you? I was like, this is so cool. So it was really fun. I got to perform in the Cold River Records suite, and that was actually the time where I announced myself as their artist. So that was the first venue where I got to announce myself. So it was really fun. It was a really awesome experience, and I can't wait for next year.
That is so cool. Now, you've gone to open up for a lot of people and bigger artists, including like Sam Hunt, Phil Vassar, like you said, Locash. So has anyone given you some great words of advice? I feel like I'm sure they have.
Yes, everyone's, because I'm still in high school, so everyone's just like, just enjoy high school. You're not going to get this time back, so just keep going. But as a music advice, when I was 12, I think, I saw this girl up in South Carolina or North Carolina, I don't remember, it was a long time ago. Her name is Caroline Cole, and she was just 14, and it was actually her birthday, and she signed her first record deal with Sony Music, and she was actually touring with Reba McEntire throughout the couple years, and she told me to play anywhere and everywhere I can because I never know who's watching. And so from that point on, that's why I started songwriting, and that's who I became today, so because of her.
Yeah. Weirdest place you've ever written a song?
The weirdest place? I would have to say my song that is on my album called We Burn. We wrote that in a trailer. It was this really small little trailer, and she was just working on it. My friend Lainey Edwards, she's an awesome musician. It was really weird because from the outside, she was still working on it. So it looked like complete, just like pile, like it was just an old thing. It was like one of the really old time trailers. It was so tiny too. Like I'm 5'9" and I could barely stand up. Like that's how tiny it was. And so that's where we wrote, and she was just finishing it. And now it looks beautiful. She has pillows everywhere. She has the countertop. It just looks like a really old time thing. And I love it so much. But I would have to say the weirdest place was in that trailer. And we wrote a really cool song. It's on my album. It's called We Burn.
I feel like writing songs and something like that could give you some major inspiration.
We were in Nashville, so we were just, of course. So, I mean, there were forests around. There were deer and baby deer, like, walking by us. It was really cool because we were just in this, like, little space, and, like, it was nature, so it was cool. I was a little scared because we were at the top of a hill, the top of the driveway, so, like, even if we, like, swung a little bit, you're rolling down.
If there was a gust of wind, you might have...
We would have been done.
It would have been a little bit more interesting of an experience. The songs could have turned out a little bit differently.
Yes.
All right, so you are majorly on social media. How important do you think it is to stay connected to your fans?
I would have to say that staying connected to your fans is a huge thing. So I add everyone back on Snapchat, all my fans. I talk to everybody. I mean, I don't really have that many friends at school, so I mean, like, my fans, like, they're my friends.
Which is good.
Yes. I mean, I'm a teenager too, so like I'm obsessed with Snapchat. I'm obsessed with Instagram and any other forms of social media. So like since I'm a teenager, I really want like the bigger artists to connect with their fans, and I'm just like, oh, they just posted something, I have to go look at it. And so like being an artist myself, I kind of wonder if fans are saying the same thing. Yo, why hasn't she posted in a couple days? Like, what is she doing? I want to know. Like.
I mean, it's kind of good. You get to be on both sides of it because you are still a teenager and you are on social media, so you get to see both sides of it. All right, so you're going to LA soon. I also heard.
I am. I'm so excited. I've never gone to LA, so I hope that I can stay for a couple more days and see the Hollywood sign.
Do that hike. You can hike it. It's kind of intense. It's like a 4-hour hike, but it's so worth it because you get to like see behind it. Yeah.
That you need to do. Well, I gotta do that now.
All right, so why are you going to LA, Miss Maggie?
Okay, so my single Catch Me came out on Radio Disney Country a couple weeks ago, and it was actually in rotation. So I'm super excited because I just listen to Radio Disney Country and I hear my song. I'm just like, it's me, guys. Like, I'm freaking out. Meanwhile, it's just me in my bedroom, like, talking to nobody. And I was really excited when I got the call that they're actually going to fly me out and I'm going to be able to play for their team. I've never gotten to play or meet some of them, so I'm really excited to go. Not only am I going to LA for the first time, I get to hang out with Radio Disney Country.
That is so cool. And I think it's so awesome that Radio Disney is doing Radio Disney Country because it's connecting to so many more fans and loyal fans. Their fans are really, really loyal, so that's really awesome.
And not only that, a lot of the artists like me and a lot of the independent artists that are on there actually get to hang out and have their song on the radio and be heard, when normally on a local radio station they wouldn't have had that opportunity.
Exactly, and that might not happen. All right, so what are some shows that are coming up from you in the next couple months?
Okay, so on Saturday, I'm performing at Rape Roundup. Low Cash is going to be there. Randy
Your people!
Yes, my boys! I'm so excited. Randy Houser's going to be there. John Party, Kris Jansen. This is my second year performing. I'm actually performing on that big stage, and it's the biggest stage I've ever performed on. You know the Perfect Vodka Amphitheater stage?
Of course, girl. We're local girls, so we know what's going on. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm performing on that, and I remember being in the lawn, which is all the way in the back. I remember being 200 feet like away from like them, maybe even more. Like I don't even know. It's huge. And I
think it's more.
It's probably more. It's like 2,000, like 3,000. Nope, probably more. Anyway, so I remember being in the lawn and like freaking out because I could like barely see him, and he looked like a little ant like running around on the stage.
Go do one of these and like try and touch it with your finger.
Yes, I was just like, I'm squishing him. Anyway, so I mean, just being in the lawn and like seeing the performer and the stage, like I'm freaking out because then I get to be on the other side of that, like switch reverse. So I'm like freaking out. Like I can't.
That is so cool. All right, so dream festival that you would love to perform at.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I think I'm performing at the Texas State Fair in October, so that'll be really fun. I'm crossing my fingers that I get booked for the Idaho Eclipse Fair. Oh, that's a good one. So like when the eclipse comes around, there's gonna be like a bunch, like hundreds of millions of people there. So like I'm really freaking out because like the eclipse was gonna happen and I'd be performing at that fair. So I'm really crossing my fingers. I met a guy at CRS who books that, so I'm crossing my fingers that I get to perform there.
Connections, like what's up? All right, well, we cannot wait to see what's next for you. You're going to be everywhere, and it's going to be so amazing. Yeah, no, of course. All right, so where can everyone find you? Plug yourself in on social media.
All right, guys, I'm on Snapchat. I love Snapchat, so make sure you follow me there. Instagram is Maggie_Baugh. You could follow me on my website, and you can follow me on Facebook. My website is www.maggiebaugh.com. My new single and my new album that I worked really hard on this summer is actually on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere. So go check it out, and thank you so much for having me.
Of course, and of course, you have to follow Off the Racq on social media, on Twitter, and Facebook, and Instagram, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys soon. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.